Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm King Sway, and welcome back to King Sway Entertainment. Today we have Death Battle, Skyrim versus Dark Souls, Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead. I haven't done a Death Battle in a while, so let's see what we got. My prediction is the Chosen Undead, for a lot of reasons that I'm gonna yammer on about after the video. So let's see if I'm right or wrong.
Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates. That's right, our Brandon Yates. The Chosen Undead, the accursed god killer from Dark Souls.
The last Dragonborn, the dragon slayer
Fools,
of
Skyrim.
Resigned to captivity, these two demi-human heroes embrace their destinies and devoured down the very gods themselves.
and devoured their friggin' souls.
Because these two lack specific canon arsenals and movesets,
Soul-stealing bastards.
protagonists,
All
for
of
this
them.
Death battle, we're giving them everything they have and maxing out all of their stats.
Which is totally possible in game if you're willing to grind. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Our story begins at the end. The great cities of
I was about to say that's like two different Dark Souls. That's like Dark Souls 3, 2, and then they went to 1. That's Dark Souls 1.
looking out upon their decaying
That's
kingdom,
Dark Souls
everyone
2.
would like nothing more than
That's
to lay
3.
down and die.
Too bad for them. That's
And
the
again,
one
that's
thing
3.
they couldn't do.
The world has been gripped by the undead curse, turning anyone with a mysterious
That's Dark Souls
side
1.
into mindless, violent hollows upon repeated soul-crushing deaths.
But there is a prophecy of a chosen undead who will journey to Lordran, the home of the gods, and save the world.
Rotting away in an asylum, all it took was an assist from an unlucky knight and a giant raven before one unlikely hero was
Merged
ready to
into the
claw
soul
their
of Cinder.
way through their progenitor's forgotten homeland.
And it helps that as long as they can keep their sense of purpose, an undead will always resurrect at the nearest bonfire. Now they might slowly lose their memories, their personality, and their sanity, but the
This is
curse
Dark
gives them
Souls
as
2.
much time
I haven't
as they
played
need
Dark
to
Souls
get
2. I only
good.
played Dark Souls 1,
Undead
3, as I say,
naturally
3,
resilient, able to survive being impaled through the
and
chest.
Elden Ring.
They've been chewed, eaten, and digested by what I can only describe as a toilet demon.
Yeah, fuck that.
And they can have their souls torn from their very body, because undead humans don't need their souls to survive.
Just pop some of that spicy Sunny D, and they're good to go. If anything, it seems like they get off to it. And speaking of souls, they can absorb the souls of their fallen enemies to increase their power.
They're a master with swords, hammers, spears, axes, bows, you name it. And that's without any formal training. With the right stats and setup, they can be anything from a cartwheeling assassin to a dragon-smashing tank.
To the giantest of dads.
The giant dad build.
Serious gothic themes of the series.
Nito,
These weapons can get
Yorm.
anime as hell. Smo's great hammer is a ginormous mallet the size
See,
of a
I'm gonna say this.
city.
Fighting Ornstein and Smo. When I did this on my game channel, it's recorded. Ornstein, or Smo rather, swung at me with his hammer, and his hammer went like this. I backed up, and it went right by, and I just drank my Estus flask and just looked at him like, bitch. My son got mad at me.
Sorcery, see the scaleless. This baby's a universe-hopping anomaly that can fire powerful sword beams and just looks so
It's been in pretty much every FromSoft game.
Learn magic from the greatest practitioners in the world. They can create shockwaves, form defensive barriers, reflect damage, throw balls of flame, control minds, fire magical crystal spears, turn invisible, and toss bolts of sunlight strong enough to peel the stone scales off of mortal dragons.
So their pool of magic is pretty limited. So if it comes down to it, they can shut off all magic in the vicinity with the miracle Vow of Silence.
Preventing anyone from speaking any spells aloud.
Yeah, no magic for you,
With
bitch.
this incredible arsenal and judicious attention paid to the stamina
Calamite
bar, the
can eat
chosen
my balls.
undead
That was one of the
will
hardest
on their way to
bosses.
victory.
A roll so powerful it bends the laws of space and warps them through attacks like they weren't even there. Though sometimes it doesn't work and it's bullshit.
That's just a game mechanic, but great to use when you're panicking.
They've defeated Nito, the god of death, the bed of chaos.
That
the
shit
mother
was
of all
ass.
demonkind, and Calamite, the strongest surviving ancient dragon.
That was when the chosen undead was dragged back in time to face the
Manus,
fallen
the
knight
father of the
Artorias,
abyss,
the greatest
and
warrior in
Artorias.
history. And not only defeat him, but accomplish the greatest feat attributed to Artorias' legend, the destruction of Manus, the father of the abyss that threatened to consume the world.
They've even beaten other chosen undead from alternate worlds, like the best buddy in all gaming, Solaire.
Solaire.
Raise the sun, bro. And
If you
soon
do his
we're
quest,
approached by these two
you get this
slippery
this helmet that lights up, so that you don't have to use a lantern. You can actually use both hands while going through that giant graveyard thing.
Notoriously convoluted as the flow of its time stream, which is why we have a true expert in the realms of nerdom to explain it for us. Oh, Jocelyn.
You wouldn't believe how many item descriptions, forum posts, and moody 2013 lore videos I had to watch through for this. It's story time, kids. In the beginning, the world was unformed and static. Then suddenly, the first flame burst to life, and with it, the concepts of heat and cold, life and death, energy and time, light and dark.
Sounds like a mythological Big Bang.
The gods were granted immensely powerful souls from the first flame, but their greatest fear was the soul possessed collectively by the race known as humanity, the Dark Soul. The Skyfather Gwyn feared humanity's immortality.
Humans are
and so
number one.
sealed their dark
Humans are
soul
number
within
one.
them. But as humanity reproduced, the Dark Soul collectively grew and the first flame waned. Turns out humans were naturally undying, or according to the gods' propaganda, undead.
Yes, it's all a conspiracy. The undead curse was a lie.
Linking the fire means using your very
Scholar
soul
of the first
as
sin.
fuel to keep the first flame burning. If an undead champion believes their immortality is a curse, they'll do anything to prevent it, including burning fragments of the Dark Soul to keep the Age of the Gods going.
So you're a pawn in a game played by decrepit gods desperately clinging to power. Well, that's a huge bummer.
They might look like a depressed California raisin, but in order to link the flame, their soul needs to be strong enough to maintain the whole universe and the flow of time for another 1,000 years.
Others
For
similarly
1,000
undead
years.
across time are swift enough to dodge lightning and even light itself. Based on their dodge compared to this beam and the time it took to reach them, they'd be reacting and moving at over 20% the speed of light.
At the end of their quest, they faced down and defeated Gwyn, the Lord of Cinder, long hollowed from linking the flame 1,000 years ago. So, which will you choose? Link the fire and prolong the current age?
I've
Or
done
let
both.
it fade
I'd let this fire go
until
out
only
because
dark remains?
the age of darkness is the age of man. Yeah.
Truth is, it never mattered. The cycle just continues age
Dark
after
Souls
age,
2.
with new heroes replacing the old ones until the chosen undead was born.
Wee.
The infinite march of time ground the world to ash. It was never about the happy ending. It didn't exist. It was about the struggle to get there. That's ultimately what gives us meaning.
Silent
This
resolve.
episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon.
That's right, Boomstick. Dive into the thrilling world of versus music with Brandon Yates as he brings hypothetical matchups to life through his commissioned compositions.
Brandon is one of the composers behind Death Battle, bringing us the incredible, show-stopping songs you know and love. Seriously, we love this guy.
Hollow Dreams, Princess of Pride, Hedge of Tomorrow, and some of her all-time greats. In fact, he composed the track for this very episode.
We'd love it if you supported Brandon's work and enjoyed more of his music by subscribing to his channel and following him on Spotify.
Ever had a matchup you just want to see on the show and you just wish you had the music?
I'm gonna upload my
track for it?
audiobooks on
Fans of Death Battle have been
Spotify.
loving
That's my
Brandon's
next
music
step.
For years, all commissioned by fans like you.
We're talking hundreds of commissioned songs, all for hypothetical episodes of Death Battle.
Everything from hard rock to jazzy to electronic to orchestral choirs.
And because Brandon is literally one of the main composers of this show, every track he makes sounds straight out of Death Battle itself.
Love the music from Death Battle? Then don't wait. Subscribe to Brandon Yates' YouTube and follow him on Spotify right away. Hey, you're finally awake. Welcome to the frosty Viking paradise of Skyrim. Visit the quaint Nordic villages. Hike up to the throne of the world. Marvel at the beauty of
Blackreach
Blackreach.
sucks.
Hey, what's that in the sky? Why, it's Macho Man Randy Savage. No, it's Thomas the Tank Engine.
No, that is a dragon, but not just
Alduin.
any drink. This is Alduin, the World Eater, and he's come to burn everything to a cinder.
But fortunately
Dragons
for you,
were a myth.
the path of destruction happened
Until
to
they
interrupt
weren't.
Your impending execution at the hands of those uppity imperial pigs. That'll be the worst mistake this scaly monster would ever make.
It wouldn't be long before you escaped the destruction of Helgen and defeated a dragon yourself.
Then absorbed its freaking soul.
That could only mean one thing. You are a being born with the blood and soul of a dragon in the body of a Nord, or elf, or Khajiit, or lizard dude destined to battle Alduin and save the world.
In their tongue, you are the Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
In their quest to rid Tamriel of Alduin's dragon army, The Dragonborn became a jack of all trades, master of all.
They learned to be a master assassin with the Dark Brotherhood, a master sorcerer with the College of Winterhold, a master thief with the Nightingales, a master dragon hunter with the Blades, and a master good boy who's a good boy.
Oh yeah, because I love turning to a werewolf and just gnashing on people.
Champions of order.
You mean the Nordic war for
After a while, actually, it doesn't prove a point to turn into a werewolf. Early on in the game, yeah, but like when you get like level 40 some odd 50.
They can put their skills to good use with an absolute glut of weaponry. Not just the usuals like daggers, swords, hammers, and axes, but also special weapons given to them.
Mehrunes Razor, screw that.
They're basically crazy powerful gods from the plane of existence called Oblivion. From that wascally wabbit Sheogorath, the Dragonborn received the Wabajak, a staff that casts a completely random spell on its target, from disintegrating them to healing them to turning them into a
turning men into women, women into men, chickens. I got a glitch in my last playthrough. I got a glitch where the Dawnbreaker
cover the distance between the Earth and the Sun in about 2 seconds. The arrow would have to be moving at over 250 times the speed.
I got 2 Dawnbreakers, so that's what I use.
This is the planet Nirn, and that's Magnus. According to the Elder Scrolls lore master Michael Kirkbride and his in-universe text cosmology, when you look up at the sun, you're actually looking into a dimension of pure magic. Confused yet? I am.
Exact measurements here are difficult to make, but if anything, the distance should be much greater.
Speaking of magic bullshit, the Dragonborn can heal themselves, cast wards and destructive elemental spells, control minds, conjure weapons, and summon lesser Daedra to help them out in a scrap.
They're an especially powerful mage because their mana recovers itself automatically over time. They'll never truly run out of firepower. But as a Dovahkiin, the ability they're most famous for is the Thum, or shout. By speaking the words of the dragon language, they can manifest their will into reality.
Like with the classic Fus Roda!
See, the thing is, when I played Skyrim, I'm more of a melee type. Like, magic is only there to accent what I already do.
Student loans, man. Something had to cover the down payment.
Saying Wiz has no soul.
Slow down time, and even call upon a dragon for help. Odahviing. Dragons may look like scaly reptiles, but in reality, they're immortal demigods older than time itself. They're the children of the chief god of Tamriel's pantheon.
The Dragonborn is an unstoppable force of nature. If they happen to take any damage, they can just drink a potion or nosh on a cheese wheel and be good as new. And they can carry up
cheese
to
wheel.
150 cheeses at once. My dream.
Assuming these abnormally large cheese wheels have an average weight of 70 pounds, we can determine that the Dragonborn can carry up to 10,500
It just said the cheese wheel was 2 pounds.
That makes sense, considering they can match muscles with giants who are so strong.
You just times that by 35.
battled the vampire Lord Harkon, ended Skyrim's civil war, and defeated the first Dragonborn, Miraak.
Miraak can eat my Miran balls.
The Guardian and the Traitor, Miraak was powerful enough to tear apart the island of Solstheim from Skyrim's mainland.
By comparing the size of various countries on Tamriel's map, we can determine that Solstheim is a landmass nearly 1,500 miles in diameter. In order to move that much land over the course of their fight, Miraak's magical prowess must have outputted energy over 300 teratons of TNT.
That's 3 times the impact of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
See, the thing is, they already got the weight wrong. It's flat out said that the cheese wheel was 2 pounds. Let's say even 7, not 70. They fucking up already.
Skyrim's afterlife, Alduin was powerful enough to devour everything. Not just the planet of Nirn, but the Kalpa. The entire timeline, past, present, and future.
That's the level of unimaginable power the Dragonborn is dealing with here.
Tamriel is no stranger to great heroes across its vast, sprawling history. The Nerevarine, the hero of Kvatch, all magnificent in their own right.
But when you heard that shout echo through the mountains, and the death throes of a dragon defeated, you knew it could only be the Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin.
I remember this when Skyrim came out. It was awesome.
Did you know that I can blow up a galaxy?
What? How?
I signed up for a Death Battle YouTube membership by clicking the join button on any Death Battle video or the YouTube channel. You can pick from 3 different tiers full of extra goodies. Base form champions get special badges, emojis, live chats, and the Death Battle Discord.
Right, if you go with planet level, you can watch all sorts of exclusive videos and see Death Battle before anyone else.
Then there's Galaxy level, which nets you all of that, a whole Rooster Teeth first membership, and the power of ultimate destruction.
Can't confirm or deny that last part, but it sure sounds impressive.
What are you waiting for? Join now to become a champion.
All right, the combatants are set. You've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a Death Battle!
Chosen Undead.
Go and stop this fool who would let the flame burn the age of humans to ashes. The Ancients of Dark will do anything to snuff out the light. Save us, chosen undead. Usbruna!
The rolling. The rolling. Get back here. Take this. I took an arrow to the knee. I mean, you were saying something, Pump? You want to use magic? Let's go for it. Really? Really? You want to summon one of your punk-ass dragons? Roar, bitch. Is he healing? Yes, he is. Fuck your dragon, pump. Bitch, I summon lightning too. Bring the thunder. Oh, Dawnbreaker. Womp, womp, womp. Shut up.
Save this world, chosen warrior. Blink the fire!
Really? Seriously?
True dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
KO!
You die!
Oh my god, this boss is bullshit!
This debate was fascinating.
No, it wasn't, because you already got something wrong.
Training, better access to summons, and magic that passively regenerate, as opposed to the chosen undead's limited pool of magic.
Vow of Silence was
That's
a
fine.
counter to the Dragonborn's magic and shouts, but it wouldn't last forever.
No, it doesn't need to. It just needs to last long enough to...
Too. The chosen undead could dodge beams of light, sure, but Oriel's bow could fire arrows that move at least 250 times that.
But none of that mattered if the
That's the fucking bow. Okay, that's two things they got wrong. One, They got wrong the size of the cheese, which means they gave the Dragonborn more physical strength than what he actually had. 2, they gave him more speed than he had. That's the bow. That's like me shooting a bullet and going, I'm as fast as a bullet. Watch. Pop, pop, pop. So all in all, yeah, like I said, it should have been the chosen undead. How you gonna kill something that keeps coming back?
Chosen undead couldn't stay dead.
You'd think the Dragonborn's anti-undead weaponry like Dawnbreaker would be an easy solution, but the undead of Dark Souls aren't really the same as Draugr from Skyrim.
Skyrim undead are more like those classic reanimated skeletons. But
Yeah.
remember the conspiracy. Humans in Dark Souls are naturally immortal. They're not actually undead.
Soul Tear wouldn't have been much use either, considering humans in Dark Souls can have their souls removed without dying.
So, why didn't the chosen undead just keep coming back until they eventually won? Like with any Dark Souls buzz.
One word, power. The Dragonborn had way more and greater feats of raw power
No.
than the chosen undead.
Oh yeah, like summoning country-spanning storms with a single shout, or defeating Mirak, who split a continent.
There's also the lore. Both characters are essentially mythological demigods in the same kind of vein as Hercules or Sun Wukong. Gameplay alone won't give you the best idea of their full power as characters.
So let's
Again, they said it themselves. The soul of the chosen undead needs to sustain all of existence for 1,000 years. You need to sustain everything. As opposed to something the Dragonborn does, which is not that, in comparison, not that good. That's the third thing they fucked up on.
get an idea of their max potential from the lore.
The chosen undead sustaining the first flame with their soul was insanely impressive. Considering the first flame is responsible for the core concepts of the universe, like energy and time, it's not a stretch to say it affects not just the planet they live on, but the whole universe.
But that's nothing compared to the power levels in the Elder Scrolls.
Let's compare the first flame to Alduin. Both literally run on the power of souls, and both can be directly scaled to our combatants.
Alduin had strength to consume the universe, not just Nirn, but the Kalpa as well.
You know those planets you see in the sky? According to cosmology, those are actually separate, infinitely big planes of reality. Alduin was going to eat infinity, multiple infinities.
In comparison, the first flame is powerful enough to sustain a universe and the flow of time. But it can't be infinite, otherwise it never would have faded to begin with.
And that meant the chosen undead just wasn't powerful enough no matter how many times they revived. With that much of a difference in power, the chosen undead would eventually lose their will to fight and go hollow. It's not traditional, but it is a form of death in Dark Souls. The chosen undead was surely tenacity personified, but still wasn't enough.
I don't agree with that. I've already stated my points as to why. If you can go back, it flat out states cheese wheels are 2 pounds, 7 pounds at max. Like,
the winner is the Dragonborn.
bullshit.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra.
Bullshit. I do not agree with that decision. I do not agree with the way that went down. I have stated as much. They've got 3 major factors incorrect as far as I'm concerned because I pointed them out. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm going to end the video here. So, if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification button, and the bell. That lets you guys know that when I'm uploading, and also lets me know that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Down in the description below will be links to my Etsy shop, my merch shop, links to the books that I have published, and links to my Patreon below. If you want to support the channel in another way, we would greatly appreciate that over here. Now, in the meantime, between time, I'm always with these peace signs. I'm your main man, King Sway. I'm going to catch you in the next one. This was bullshit.